pictures feeding them out of my hands. I always noticed that myself. It's interesting because when you're in Egypt, you're going to notice something, that there is a picture of something that looks like hawthorn, and they somehow knew that around all these ancient temples, there was like a hawthorn that would sort of grow along the areas with the greatest geomagnetic properties. And there's other things that I would urge you all to research. Go research monoatomic white gold. It has anti-gravitational properties when you put it around these areas. It's a superconductive property. It has superconductive properties, both in the body and around these places. And the Druids also understood that hawthorn was very important. They understood it had electromagnetic or magnetic sort of properties. So it's even in the hieroglyphics. So I think that's why these animals are attracted to these sites. They're very special, sacred places.
Johnny, what happened to the answers for us? Because it seems like something stopped for all these places, and we lost information. What happened?
There are certain powers out there that don't believe we can handle the technology. They don't believe we can handle what's there. And so you could say that we're like kids in a playground, and it's been removed from us. That's my understanding of what I've been told. And there's some just fascinating things that have been shared with me, and I've been told that they'll come out in time, you know, when humanity's ready to accept this stuff. We have a whole antediluvian ancient history that one day is going to be in our history books.
Have you ever been told by government, stay away from this stuff?
I've been warned a few times of certain things when I was edging too close to it. You know, watch out, be careful. That most certainly. I was visiting an underground base recently, a site where there was an underground base, and I was told it was quite dangerous. There was people on site there and everything. We had to go through security clearances, and it was half decommissioned. But I was told, you know, watch what you say about this because you know we're not ready for this narrative.
Yes, sir.
Hi there, I'm Dennis, and she was saying that she kicked out of her bigger places than this, for jokes, and she lost her breath, so she had to leave for a minute.
Okay.
My question is you said there's a lot of tunnels underneath the, you know, up in the mountains and stuff like that. Have you been in through some of these tunnels, or do you know anybody?
Yes, I've been in a few of these places, but what people have to understand is this. Why we have underground bases, why we have underground tunnels. And actually, many of these planets, these rocky planets where we have life, they're all built in with underground bases and underground tunnels. And I hate to give a really scientific explanation, but I'll make this brief. If you look at the formation of rocky planets, it begins with an embryonic mass that's gathering from the plasma of stars. And thanks to this little thing called centripetal and centrifugal forces, with a pushing and a pulling, a friction begins in space. And when this friction starts, there's a heating and a cooling, and these pockets form like a honeycomb inside of a planet. And moisture gathers. That's why there's more moisture inside the Earth than there is on the surface. And there's an underwater mantle, by the way, building pressure. But they all have these underground passageways, luminescent plants, and they've been here for millions and billions of years. Explored for thousands.
What do you think about the Antarctic and the 3 mile ship down there? You think there's
Something's happening down there.
Oh yes, believe me, I've been told by a lot of people, anthropologists, archaeologists, people I know that say, wait till the public finds out about that. You're going to find pyramids and obelisks and lots of stuff out there that is going to keep everybody busy for a long time.
I don't hear you, Johnny, talk a lot about how you think these structures might have been made by extraterrestrials.
I definitely believe that, George.
You do?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, okay, if you go to Egypt, we have a place called Abu Sir. Abu Sir comes from Busir, or the land of Bu Wizard. It's the area of Sirius, where Osiris came from. This is where the god from Sirius was said to land from. There's a lot of secrets we get over in Egypt itself, with these structures and places talking about stargates and all kinds of interesting things there. So there's definitely an extraterrestrial component.
Folks, let's hear it for, or do you have a question? Nope, we're good. Let's hear it for Johnny Enoch. But there's one. Before you go ahead, sir.